A network interface is a critical component in Microsoft Azure networking. It enables communication between Azure Virtual Machines, the Internet, and other Azure resources. Whether you are deploying a new VM, troubleshooting connectivity issues, or implementing network security controls, understanding how to manage network interfaces is essential for Azure admins. In this video, we will walk through common network interface management tasks using the Azure portal. Hello everyone, I hope you are all doing well. I'm Manhar and welcome back to MSFT WebCast. By default, a virtual machine created in the Azure portal is assigned a single network interface with default settings. You can create NICs with custom settings and attach multiple NICs to a VM during or after deployment. Additionally, you can update the configuration of an existing NIC as needed. In the previous video, we learned how to create a new network interface and configure multiple network interfaces for an Azure Virtual Machine. You can find the link to that video in the description. In this video, we'll learn how to manage a network interface using the Azure portal. Open your preferred web browser, navigate to portal.azure.com and sign in with your Azure account. In the search bar at the top of the portal, type Virtual Network. Under Services, select Virtual Networks. On this page, we can see our existing virtual networks. In this video, we'll use test2m03 VNet. Under Virtual Network, click Network Interfaces. To begin, we'll create a new network interface. Click Create to continue. Keep the default or select a different subscription. Note that you can only assign a NIC to a virtual network in the same subscription and region. Select the resource group for the NIC resource. If needed, you can create a new resource group by selecting Create New. NIC can belong to a different resource group than its associated VM or virtual network. Enter a unique and meaningful name for the new network interface. Note that once the NIC is created, its name cannot be changed. Leave the West US region selected. When you create a new NIC, a new virtual network and subnet are created by default. To attach the NIC to an existing virtual network and subnet, choose the appropriate options from the drop-down list. From the virtual network drop-down list, select test2m03 VNet. From the subnet drop-down list, select the subnet within the selected virtual network. We have two subnets in our virtual network. I'm selecting the test subnet where this NIC will be created. Note that after creating the NIC, you can assign it to a different subnet. Leave the remaining settings as default and click Review plus Create. Azure will validate the selected options and values. Once validation passes, click Create. The resource is being deployed. It will take just a few seconds to complete. Wait until the deployment is complete. The deployment is complete. Let's go to the resource. After creating an IC, you can view most of its settings in the Azure portal. However, the portal doesn't display the DNS suffix or application security group membership. To view these details, you can use Azure PowerShell or Azure CLI. On the overview page, you can view essential information including public and private IP version 4 and IP version 6 addresses. Each NIC can have one or more private IP addresses, optional public IP addresses, network security groups, DNS settings, IP forwarding configurations, and accelerated networking capabilities. Let's look at them one by one. You can use the Edit Accelerated Networking option to configure accelerated networking settings for the NIC. It significantly improves virtual machine networking performance by reducing latency and CPU utilization. With accelerated networking enabled, network traffic arriving at the VM's network interface is forwarded directly to the VM, improving network performance. By default, it is set to automatic, allowing Azure to enable accelerated networking when it detects supports from the operating system. Change the setting as needed. For this NIC, we will leave it set to automatic. Close the page. Expand settings and click on IP configurations. We can see the private IP address dynamically assigned to this network interface. The IP configuration type is set to primary by default. The Azure portal doesn't provide an option to assign a public IP address to a network interface during its creation. Therefore, you need to add a public IP address to the NIC after it has been created. Click on IP configuration name. Select the Associate Public IP Address checkbox to assign a public IP address. You can add a new or existing public IP address to the IP configuration. In this video, we are not going to associate public IP address to this interface. Click Cancel to close the page. A network interface can have up to 256 private and 256 public IPv4 addresses assigned as needed. Select Add to assign a secondary IP address to this network interface. Enter a meaningful name for this IP configuration. Type secondary IPv4. The name must be unique within the network interface. By default, Azure automatically assigns the next available IP address from the subnet address space in which the network interface is deployed. Select Static to manually assign an available private IP address from the subnet's address space. Type 10.3.0.250. Configure the other settings as needed. When you are ready, click Add and wait for the confirmation notification to appear. Verify that the secondary static IP address has been added to the network interface successfully. Select DNS servers from the left navigation. Check whether the NIC inherits the DNS settings from the virtual network or uses a custom configuration that overrides those settings. In our example, this network interface is getting DNS service settings from the virtual network. Similar to a virtual network and subnet, you can directly associate a network interface with a network security group. Under Settings, select Network Security Group. If this network interface is already associated with a network security group, you can view it here. If no NSG is associated, use the drop-down menu to select an existing NSG and associate it with the network interface. Click Save on the top bar to save the changes. Wait for the confirmation notification to appear. On the Properties page, view settings for the NIC such as the MAC address and subscription information. The MAC address is blank if the NIC is not attached to a VM. You can change the subnet assigned to a network interface, but you cannot change the virtual network. Go to the IP configurations section. As you can see, this network interface is currently associated with the test subnet in the test2m03 VNet. If any private IP addresses are set to static, change the IP address assignment method to dynamic. All private IP addresses must use dynamic assignment before you can change the subnet assignment for the network interface. Select the IP configuration you want to change from the list of IP configurations. On the IP configuration page, select Dynamic under Assignment. Select Save and wait for the confirmation notification to appear. Now we are ready to change the subnet assignment for this network interface. From the subnet drop-down, select the subnet where you want to move this network interface. In this example, let's move this network interface to the public subnet. Select Apply and wait for the confirmation notification. The NIC will receive new dynamic IP addresses from the new subnet's address range. After moving the NIC to a new subnet, you can assign a static IPv4 address from the new subnet's address range if required. You can also set a secondary IP configuration as the primary IP configuration. Select the checkbox in front of the secondary IP configuration that you want to change. Click Make Primary on the top bar and wait for the confirmation notification. Verify that the secondary IP configuration is now set as the primary IP configuration. select the checkbox in front of the secondary IP configuration that you want to delete. Click delete on the top bar. Again click delete and wait for the confirmation notification. Verify that only the primary IP configuration remains and the secondary IP configuration has been deleted. This is how we create and manage network interfaces in Azure. That's all for this video. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on Microsoft Azure and other Microsoft related topics. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.